What makes you different than any other designer?
I'm not throwing shade on like William Chavada, whatever his name is, but it's like you're bringing the Ben Davis like solo cholo look into the fashion world. You know what I'm saying? It's like you're still making them look at us the same way.
Yes.
I'm over that shit.
Yeah.
No, I want them to look at us as like businessmen.
As designers.
Designers. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, that's not the Mexican look.
Thank you. Thank you. First of all, I've been watching your stuff, man. I became a big fan. You know when I became a big fan? When I went to your website. Oh, nice. Because when it says, I got my own back. When I said, who hurt this motherfucker? And then
everybody.
And then I read into it. And then I really went into your site, and it says about us. And if you have a chance to do that, go to his website and go into About Us, and then it explains why. And it's not a negative thing. It's such a positive thing. It's about holding yourself accountable.
Yeah.
Tell me more about that. Let's start with that, because I know people know they're gonna resonate with this like I did. So tell me what does that mean? So
funny thing is that people, when they read the name I Got My Own Back, some people do get offended. Automatically they think, oh, so you don't believe in God. So this they automatically throw the God card.
Nobody say shit about God.
Like nobody's saying anything about that. If anything, I'm a big believer of God in Christ. I'm like, I just don't preach it the way a lot of people do, because I don't like to do that shit for sales.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So when people ask me about that, they're like, where'd that name come from? I'm like, well, it's because I overdosed on drugs and alcohol February 17, 2011, which I have been sober since.
Oh, good.
So I've been sober. So after my overdose, I overdosed simply because of this, right? Because it connects with the brand. I overdosed because...
¿Qué onda, mis dorados? No se les olvide que ya viene el verano, así que para su siguiente carnita asada, Estradas Meat Market es donde usted va a encontrar la mejor carne de la mejor calidad. Y recuerde, en esta carnita asada que no falle esa salsita, y esa corre por mi cuenta. Vaya a Estradas Meat Market en Southgate y dígale, Richard Villa me mandó y el chile corre por mi cuenta.
I overdosed simply because of this, right? Because it connects with the brand. I overdosed because I did the whole why me thing. Like, why did I grow up rough? Why did I grow up, not having what other kids did? Why was I bullied? Why was I like my dad's punching bag, my mom's punching bag? Why was I, not given a life like everybody else, right? Like, why do I have to struggle? Why do I have to work when all my friends are out playing? Why do I have to clean offices? Why do I have to clean schools? Like, so then obviously you grow up watching movies like Scarface, Blood In, Blood Out, American Me. Like, we glorify these characters for some reason. We're like, yeah, I want to be like them. I want to be respected. I want money, power, women, all that shit, right? So it's like, it got to a point where since I wasn't respected as a kid, I wanted to be respected as an adult. And that's why I ended up, obviously, hanging out with some little bad boys, you know what I mean? Which I ended up going into the life of doing some stupid shit out there, right? Which got me in a lot of trouble. And I was actually looking at 25.
How old were you at this time? How old?
26.
So 26. Now this doesn't happen overnight.
No.
You became a piece of shit at this time. But
over time
to develop, it was really just hanging out with the wrong crowd, or were you involved in a gang? Or was it like a brotherhood? These were your friends now?
Pretty much, because I did fight court cases for 6 years. I can't speak much about it.
Okay.
Just because it was a mess. I was being sued for hundreds of thousands of dollars and looking at 25 years in prison. Some huge fraud shit happened. Let's just say they found a bank account with $1 million with my name on it.
Okay.
So it's like, it got to a point where it just really, it took me down a dark place. So I got to see everything. I saw human trafficking. I saw drug selling. I saw pretty much everything that you see in the movies, but except it's in real life. I've had a gun pulled out of my head, like, all that craziness, all that madness that comes with it. But I loved it because it was such a rush for me. I loved living with that adrenaline of doing bad shit kind of a thing.
Dude, I don't know how you do it. And I had a friend that did the same shit that what you're saying, what you're describing is real.
Yeah.
I know it's real because he told me the same thing. And I said, bro, if you told me you're going to beat me up, me da chorro, bro. Yeah. That's how scary cat I am. Like, I get scared just to think that the cops may be coming getting me. That doesn't fucking dawn on you. Like, I'm fucking up this shit that I'm involved with.
The thing is,
you don't end up with $1 million in a bank account just because, bro.
So the thing is, like, if you don't believe in anything, you don't give it. You believe there's no consequences.
There you go.
Which is why when you don't believe in anything, you do whatever you want because you feel like I'm untouchable. If I die, okay, I just disappear into the universe. That's it.
You don't think that's why we have religion?
And I feel like that's why we have religion. So we have rules. So we have some kind of order.
Yeah.
Without religion, there's chaos.
Some kind of accountability.
Some kind of accountability.
If you're not good, you go to hell. If you're good, you go to heaven.
Exactly. So that's why when I overdosed, that's when I really saw what a lot of people will never get to experience.
How old were you? How old were you?
26.
Oh, that's
so everything happened at that age, yeah.
Jeez, okay.
So everything happened at that age, at the age of 26. So when I did overdose, it was simply because I was in trouble. I was over here like, oh man, my childhood sucked, man. Growing up with tough parents. This is pretty much what every kid complains about. Oh, my parents did a little bit of all this crap. So it's like when I ended up overdosing, yeah, I was I didn't want to live anymore. So for like 2 weeks straight, I just popped pills and drank a lot of alcohol. Just popped pills, alcohol. And I was an alcoholic too.
And you knew you were killing yourself.
Yeah,
you were doing it on purpose.
I was doing it on purpose because I was like, I'm not going to jail, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to jail. It was to a point where like, I knew I was going to, I had a feeling I was going to go to jail. So I even called my boy Shady. I was like, bro, I need you to just cover me in tats, man. I got to look like I've been in here already. So I was already like, yo, I'm going to be out of here for a long time. So yeah, I called my boy Shady. He did a bunch of sketchy ass tattoos on me. So I was already like, I got to go in there looking like I've been in here, right?
Oh,
so
shit.
yeah, I got to a point where it just started getting more and more real. And I was like, you know what? I don't want to be locked up. I've seen the movies. I've seen the documentaries. I saw Gangland. So I was like, then after that, I was just like, you know what? I don't want to kill myself because I believe that even though I was raised in a church, I believe that suicide gets you sent straight to hell. So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna let something else kill me. And that's why I stopped eating and I pretty much just started popping pills and drinking. I was already an alcoholic. I would wake up in the morning, drink, on the way to work, drink.
Were you getting the shakes?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So I was already like, my dad was picking me up at the end of the night, almost every night in the back of a bar. I would wake up in people's bathtubs.
Who's funding this binging? How are you making this money?
It's sad, but I even had to ask my grandma once for money. But she thought it was for something else. You know what I mean? So it's like, So I was, let me tell you this, man. I would even go to house parties, and if I see a bottle, I would just drink it. Even if it was already open. If there was already a drink there. Like, you know what I'm saying? I didn't even care. I just wanted to get that buzz in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then I had my right knee reconstructed. So then I got addicted to Vicodin. So then now I'm popping Vicodin pills like crazy. And I wanted to sleep the pain. So what did I do? I wanted to escape reality. So I would numb everything. So 1 minute, pretty much everyone dicked me over. Everyone turned their back on me. It's like they say, right? Like you start seeing who your real friends are. Once I got in trouble, everyone turned their back on me and stuff. So I started getting crazy in that point. And I was like, damn, now I feel alone. Like I had money, everything I'd paid off, you know, I had money, right? And I realized that money didn't make me happy. So I was like, why is it that I thought that this was going to make me happy? Having power made me happy. You know, it's like all these things that I thought that would make me happy actually did not. I felt more empty inside. You know what I'm saying? Like when I overdosed, nobody was there.
Right.
Nobody was there. I was like, where's everybody at? The people that were there were the people that I've been hurting my whole life. My parents and my brothers.
Okay, so it's easy to say I'm going to start a brand. Now, how does that happen? Because listen, you just came from an overdose.
So then I knew I wanted to start something for myself, right?
Mm-hmm.
I was like, you know what? I want to start something for me, like something that's mine, something that I could say like I did that. And when I was a kid, my uncle introduced me to Bon Jovi, the music group, right? Yeah. And I was like, that's how I became a rock and roll fan. So I always liked their fashion, their style, their way that they just express themselves, right? I was like, yo, these guys are cool. You know what I mean? Look at the way they're dressed. They're not afraid to like pretty much this is to say this is who I am. You know what I'm saying? These guys will wear women's pants, they'll wear skirts, they'll mix and match a bunch of things. And it's very like self-expression. Yeah. And I've always been a fan of that. So when I saw that, then I remembered back. I was like, yo, I remember I wanted to start a brand. I'm like, but I don't know how to start a clothing brand. So I love boxing. So, you know, I'm doing MMA in this time in my life. Yeah. I do mixed martial arts at OC Kickboxing MMA. And I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna start an MMA brand. So then I was like, I started looking at a lot at the brand Tap Out. Yeah. So Tap Out was very big during that time. And I was like, you know what? Yeah. I want to do what they did in Tap Out, but I want to do it too, right? So then I was like, you know what? But I need some money. And now I got to make money the honest way. I'm starting this brand. I'm like, you know what? And then I have 2 jobs, CSE, staff pro. So I'm working in security. I'm also like, I started bodyguarding artists and all that stuff. So now I'm working security. And then on my free time, I'm like, yeah, can you come with me to like a rich neighborhood just so I can like train you boxing? So she would come with me and I started the brand as a personal training. So it was called I Got My Own Back Self-Defense. That was the first name of my brand. So then I went and I started training people.
Okay.
And then when I was training people, like other people, hey, can you train me? Can you train me? Because people wanted to learn boxing. During that time, so people were asking me, yo, I got my own back. That's very empowering. Is that a clothing brand? I'm like, as a matter of fact, it is. Oh, well, how much is that shirt? $20. All right. So they would give me $20. All right, here's $20, man. Can you send it to this address? So then I went to the swap meet, bought the shirt for like $8, went to get it printed, got the printing done for like $25. I just lost money. I was like, damn, man. I'm like, I just lost some money. So that's when I realized, yo, I got to learn this stuff. So I went to YouTube University.
Oh, nice.
So I was like, you know what, YouTube? I'm like, how the hell do you start a clothing brand? Yeah. Oh, what the hell's a trademark? Yeah. What's an LLC? Yeah. And I'm literally here just learning all these things on my own.
Now, that's over in my life. 6 years later, I'm done with this. By this point, where is your brand now?
So now...
6 years later.
So now, while this is happening, I'm driving to boxing events and I have a busted, beat up truck that I'm opening up. I opened up and I have t-shirts hanging in the back. And I'm selling shirts for $20. Yo, $20 shirts, $20 shirts. You going to the boxing event? Check out the shirt. It's a brand. I got my own back. You know, how much? $20. That's too much. All right, $10 then. $10. Boom. I sell to people. I'd go to the malls. I'd start selling my shirts. And yeah, during this time, I'm selling shirts now. I'm going to boxing events. Nobody knows me, but I'm offering my services for free. Okay. So if I would have met you and you were a boxer, I would have been like, yo, I met Abner Mates there. I met like Edwin Sandoval. I met the Rodarte twins. I met I met Ryan Garcia's first manager, his original manager. Right. Yeah. He's the one that like introduced me to Elite Pro Boxing, the gym in Norwalk. Okay. So then he's like, oh, can you design shirts for these guys? And Clemente Medina, who at the time was training Abner Mates. None of these guys I charged for shirts. So while I was working, I was paying to make you what you wanted. All I asked is, let me put IGMOB on your shoulder. So then all the boxers are like, bro, this guy makes free shirts. This guy makes free shirts. And everybody started calling me. So my dad's like, my dad was seeing me in his room because I started my business out of my parents' house. And then my dad's like, so are you charging for all these shirts? I'm like, no, I'm learning how to make them. I'm like, I go to this swap meet in Riverside and I work there for free on the weekends. But the guy lets me print the shirts here. He goes, so you're working for free and you're paying the guy to make your own shirts there? I said, yeah. Yes. He's like, and these people are not paying you. I'm like, no, but my name's getting out there. Everybody's seeing it. Absolutely. But I'm doing a bunch of free shit. So now at this point, now people know who I am because of the shirts.
But it's great because you love the fashion and you love boxing. And I'm pretty sure they're hooking you up with a free ticket to go see the fight too.
At the beginning, no.
Oh, dude, I brought you shirts. They didn't hook you up with a ticket?
At the beginning, not a shirt, not an invite. The only one that would invite me was Roger Ruiz, which is Ryan Garcia's first manager. Oh, he's the one that would be like, hey, you know what? Thompson Boxing's having a show, you know what I mean? Yeah. And the funny thing is, it's funny because my first two fighters were Jose El Gato Roman and Jesse Tremendo Roman. They were both my first two fighters. And they were the first two people that actually wore my stuff, they wore it at the Home Depot Center. Okay. That was the first time I saw it. My first fight I ever saw live was Andy Ruiz. Okay. So Andy Ruiz fought there that day. So the funny thing is, when I went to go watch that fight, that was the first time my shirts were ever worn by somebody. And these guys only charged me like $100 to wear it. So it's like, at that point, I'm still not making any money because the first batch of shirts that I made is me selling all my belongings that I had, like Rolexes and stuff like that. I sold my stuff and they gave me pennies, bro, for this stuff. Yeah. Oh, it's a Rolex watch. We'll give you $200. Like, damn, man. A Rolex. Oh, you have a Rolex bracelet? Yeah, we'll give you like $150. So with that money is how I started this brand. So now let's fast forward to 2016. 2016 is when one day I remember I'm just like, damn, man, like I can't open up an account anywhere. Like, cause I was pretty much flagged. Yeah. You know what I mean? I couldn't really open an account. I could only cash checks. So then I remember one day I'm coming out of this building. I went with a friend of mine. She had a meeting in a building in LA. And then as soon as I walked out, it was a very emotional moment for me because I get a phone call right in 2016. And then I was like, what the hell? And at this point in my life, I'm working at Armani Exchange in Banana Republic because I wanted to be a fashion designer. I couldn't afford fashion school. So I went to Armani Exchange to get a job and Banana Republic. And I was in a room full of 20 people in each interview. And I was the only one that got the job. And everybody else there went all GQ'd and everything. But it's like, I went there because I was like, I ain't got no money for school to go to fashion school, but I'm gonna go surround myself with fashionistas now. No more cholos, fashionistas now. When I was working at Armani, I was always sketching out outfits because I was like, I want to do something different. I want to be the guy that's known in an industry that nobody's discovered yet. And I love boxing. I grew up watching Chavez and Maromero Baez, the way he used to dress. I was like, bro, I need a Macho Camacho. I was like, yo, I need to get I need to start designing some creative stuff. You know what I mean? And I was like, and pretty much that's when I did that. And one of the guys that goes to FITM, he's like, bro, I'm going to introduce you to somebody at FITM. And he introduced me to a teacher. And I went to FITM, the fashion school, and the teacher there is like, you know what?
Who introduced you to this
My
teacher?
boy, Jason Shin.
And who is Jason Shin?
Jason Shin is a guy who inherited $300,000 from a rich family.
This is why I want you to understand it is important who you hang out with. Because so far in your life, this is probably the only fucking person that pivoted your career into everything.
I owe everything to Jason Shin.
This is what I'm listening to. Yeah. Sorry, okay.
So when I was working at Armani Exchange, like I met this guy who I thought was a client. Yes. He's like, oh no, man, I'm gonna start working here. Completely different style. Like first I'm hanging out with dudes with baggy pants, shirts, you know what I'm saying? Like the beanies, like straight up like gangsters first, right? And now this guy, tight pants, like, you know what I'm saying? Button up shirt, you know, opened up to here. I thought he was gay at first. And he's like, nah, man. He goes, this is fashion, man. If you want to be in fashion, you got to dress like this, right? So that's how we became friends. And he introduced me to Paul Dunn, who was a teacher at FITM.
There you go.
And Paul Dunn was like, saw my drawings and he goes, you know, there's a lot of kids that come in through that door who wish they could be the next biggest fashion designer, but these kids, their parents pay for it, so they don't even try. You actually are, look at this. You're writing down collars. You're writing down like what the cuffs are called. You're writing down what the hem finishes are. You're actually taking notes, and this is stuff that you're teaching yourself. Because I'll tell you what, I'm about to get my tax return money. And with that, I want to open up an office here in Los Angeles and let's go into business together. And that was in 2016. So not only did I just win my court case, but a couple months later, boom, this happened. So then that's when I opened up my office over there by Dodger Stadium in 2016.
It is who you hang out with, people. It is who you surround yourself with. But you can surround yourself with caca too, bro.
Yeah.
So the fact that this person was there to guide you that certain way, that all of this had to happen for that same reason. That's awesome.
So I'm thankful for
and finally, you get to be surrounded by people when you say, I want to be a fashion designer, and they don't say, she gay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're the person go, she gay. But that's great. So, okay, so now you know what you want. You're really focused on it. How does you break through, bro? Because easier said than done. There's a million, like you said, want to be fashion designers. What made you special? I mean, I know what makes you special. I don't know if that's it. But I want to know what makes you different than any other designer.
I guess what it was is that when I have, there's a lot of, it's funny because when I first went in, he's like, so what do you want to do? I'm like, I want to do boxing outfits. I want to do a robe first that lights up. That, you know, with built-in like L panels. I'm like, I found these L panels that are made in China. I'm like, you could even wet them and they don't even turn off. And he's like, L panels, what's that? And I'm like, yeah, it's kind of like the movie Tron. Except in the movie Tron, they discovered a way to only light them up for like 5 minutes. But I found a battery that could actually power this because it's got a copper connection and it's can light it up for up to 30 minutes. And he's like, you're already researching this stuff? And I'm like, yeah. I'm like, and it's a small battery. We just build it in a pocket. And the guy was just so excited. He goes, let's do it. So that's why we built a robe that lights up. And that was my very first robe that was worn on the T-Mobile Arena. It was the first televised fight at the T-Mobile Arena. It was the Canelo Khan undercard. Mauricio El Maestro Herrera from Riverside. He's the one that wore my first robe.
Really? And what was the design?
It was a light up boxing robe. I actually have a big picture of it in my office. And he walks in. I'll show you right now. It's like he's walking in. It's lit up and it's beautiful. But the funny thing is that there was no reaction to it. Like nobody talked about it. It didn't become a thing. Nobody said anything. Like I thought it was going to be a huge wow factor. So then I was like, damn,
this is Hunger Games shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So during that time, I looked at what everybody else is wearing and everybody's wearing sublimation boxing outfits, like computer graphics. Like you could put that on a boxing outfit because they all sublimated. Yeah. So then I remember I told Paul Dunn, I said, look, let's design boxing shorts with pockets, cargo pockets in the back. He goes, why are you putting pockets on shorts? He's like, you know what? Everything you do doesn't make sense, but it seems to work. I said, because I'm going to bring street into boxing. I'm going to bring that streetwear look into boxing. And then I'm like, another thing, everybody makes their boxing shorts super heavy. Even when I fight in them, they feel like I'm wearing board shorts, like to go to the beach. So then I discovered stretchable fabrics. Lightweight performance, luxury stretch fabrics that are not supposed to be used in boxing shorts. Because I'm like, look, everybody's building them the old school way, straight satin.
Yes.
This is the way that all these brands that are out there are doing it in straight satin. The guys that are doing sublimation, straight satin. So the funny thing is, I started building them lighter. And then when I even asked the parents, hey, what makes an expensive boxing outfit? They're like, the heavier it is, the more expensive it is. I'm like, but if you're in the ring, why the heck do you want it to be heavy? That makes no sense. He's like, you know what? We never thought about that. So I was like, let me build luxury outfits, right? But this is what's crazy is that I built a line of like shorts, all with like Chinese brocades, like all this like craziness. And I remember this guy, I'm not gonna say who it was, but you know who you are. He came up to my table right there because I was at an event at a boxing show. You know, I became friends with Ed Holmes. He's a boxing promoter. He let me put a table there because my boy Enrique Montez, who also believed in me. And then he's like, bro, this guy, I'm gonna talk to him so you can put a table up. So then the guy who was making all the sublimation outfits for all the stars, he came up to me and he goes, so this is your brand? I'm like, yeah, why? He goes, it's not going to do well. I'm the best designer in the boxing industry.
Oh, shit.
He's like, this is all trash. Like that, just pretty much insults my work. I'm like, I guess Devato just pretty much insulted my work. He goes, yeah, this is all trash, man. He goes, this is not going to do good. He goes, this is too weird. Doesn't even look right.
Wouldn't you get upset too if you just met the person that's going to outshine you for the next 30 years?
So then the funny thing is he says that to me, right? And I'm like, when you go to the mall, do you shop at every store? He goes, no, I shop at the ones I like. Well, there are people that are going to like your work and there's people that are going to like my work. Plain and simple. I said, so I just feel like some people are going to be into this. He goes, so what's your name? I'm like, they call me the future. Right? Like, they call me the future. My boy that passed, Mr. Knockout, he's the first person that believed in me too. I'm like, bro, they call me the future. And then pretty much after that, I started making these designs and I started selling them for $200 a set. $100 for a jacket, $100 for the shorts. I literally was making $20 off each design once it was said and done.
What do you mean selling the design with the boxers?
I was selling them to the boxers for $200.
The designs, meaning fabric and everything.
Fabric and everything.
Jeez, how the hell are you making money? Now, what time is it? It's 2016. Is it still 2016?
2016, 17, yeah.
Okay, when do you make money? Because
so then even Paul Dunn was like, bro, what the hell? You're selling for $200? I'm like, they don't know who we are. Everyone's shopping at so-and-so, 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 so-and-so. I said, let's get the clients in the door. I'm like, let's get them in the door. So then before you know it, here's one outfit. Two outfits, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Once we start getting packed, okay, $400 outfits. Okay, 400, not bad. Boom, 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 boom. And now our calendar's starting to fill up. Okay, bro, now we got to slow it down. Let's go up to $500, $600, $700, $800. Me and him stopped working together in 2020 because of COVID. He went his way and I went my own way. We stopped at $600 in 2020, right? Okay. When I came back in 2021, when boxing came back, I started at 800. And then now I'm at 1,000, 5,000, 15,000.
Bro, now somebody comes to you. Do they tell you exactly what they want on that robe and shorts? Or are you the kind of artist that says, no. You got to trust me. Give me your vision, but then you leave me alone until I'm done. I don't need you nitpicking or telling me or sketching. Or do you go and say, this is what I got and you have to approve it before I run it?
It's kind of like how when Chavez Jr., when I went up to him, I said, hey, so what would you like me to design for you? He goes, I can tell by everything you've done, you're going to look at me and you're going to know what I want to wear. And he's like, and I want 3 boxing outfits. And I was like, let's do it. And pretty much that's kind of how I went. I get 95% creative freedom from these guys. They literally say, hey, you come up with some pretty wild stuff. My department is boxing. I box. Yeah. You design. Make me shine. That's it.
But that's what makes you great. Do you understand? Because you understand who you're catering to. Yeah. It's like a comedian for me. I know my audience. I know who the fuck I'm catering to. Yeah. You know boxing. So when you combine that with fashion, you're giving them exactly what they were looking for. That's why they have that trust. Yeah. Which one has been the one that you're the proudest? The one, if they say, what would showcase you as an artist when it comes to that outfit that you designed for a boxer?
The thing is, one of my all-time favorite ones right now, and just because it was a recent one, I was really proud of it, was the one that Ryan Garcia just wore in his last fight. I don't know if you saw it, but it had like the flames coming up. It has like his logo in the back with all the Swarovski crystals.
I did see
King
that.
Right. That one right now has been one of my favorite ones. My really top favorite ones right now.
Oh, that's it. Now, have you ever had one that you go, oh, can you throw that away?
The only one that I did that was because I didn't know, it was my fault, but the Cuban flag and the Puerto Rican flag look exactly the same.
I tease my buddies all the time with that extra material, guys.
The thing is, like, it's red, white, and blue, and the other one's blue, white, and red. So it's like literally they alter the color, but it's the same flag. Yeah. So I did that for Lara. And when I did it, everybody in the comments was saying, like, what the heck? Like, he's not a Boricua or something like that. Like, everybody was throwing it, like, what the hell? Like, and that was the one that I was just like, oh my God, I messed up bad. I put the wrong flag.
Oh, shit.
It looks exactly the same. Imagine the US flag, but the blue, switch it with the red, and the red, switch it with the blue. That's exactly what their flag is.
It's an honest mistake, man.
But I have had some where I remember there was one. I'm not gonna throw her name out there, but there was one woman that did come in and she was like, "Oh, I want you to design for my fighter, and this is what I want. I want these colors, these materials." So she chose everything, and then when I gave it to her, she goes, "I hate it. Like, I don't like it." And I'm like, "Well, the funny thing is, I was there with the fighter. I was like, you chose the colors and you chose the design. I didn't design any part of it." But that was one that I didn't like. But I didn't design it. That was just they thought they could imagine it. They thought they could do what I do. Mm-hmm. Don't jump into an industry unless you understand the art of it. Absolutely. Unless you understand how it is. The thing about me is when I look at people, it's like avatars. Like, I see the person, I can move like the design on them. Like, I can look at a fighter and be like, bro, like when I saw Pretty Boy, what's his name? Brandon Figueroa. Yeah. So when he called me, he goes, "Yeah, what should I wear?" I'm like, "Bro, with your style, let's do a black with neon pink, neon green, neon blue, cyberpunk style, black quilted outfit." And he goes, "Let's do it." He's like, and then he researched cyberpunk. He goes, "Bro, I like that idea." And then one time I saw him wearing an all black outfit. I'm like, "Bro, you look like Neo from the Matrix. If you have a fight coming up, let's do a Matrix outfit." So that's the kind of relationship I have with these guys. Okay, perfect. And that's how I got Logan Paul also. He called me. And then obviously my boy Tattoo, shout out. That's how he got me Ice Cube. Yeah. And literally like everybody just started. And then I went with Ryan Garcia to, like, who's the manager from the Dodgers? Dave Roberts. I went to Dave Roberts' house at 2 a.m. and he even put on the shorts and he started shadowboxing. So it's like, I've had some really awesome experience. And then also, that's how I also got discovered by, as a gentleman that works with Fluffy, Gabriel Iglesias, his name is Juan, who works with Gabe, and he's like, "Bro, I'm gonna introduce you to Gabe." So he introduced me to Gabe, Fluffy, and then that's how I started designing for Fluffy. And then literally from here, that's when people are like, they're calling gyms, "Hey, who's the guy for outfits?" And then that's how I got discovered for the movie Creed. Yeah. And then also, like, that's a cool story too, how I got the movie Creed. And then after that, like, my boy George calls me and he goes, "JR, you don't know me, but, you know, I've worked with you on a couple of designs. You know, I've sent you a couple of people, but Michael Bay wants to talk to you." And I was like, "What the hell? The Hollywood movie director?" And I was and then Michael Bay invited me to his house, and that was just a whole nother cool ass experience hanging out with Mr. Transformers himself. You know what I mean? So it's like, so all this is happening. Now I'm acting. I'm also like Sony, you know, my friend Cy Williams, big shout out to him. He hits me up and he goes, "Hey, Sony wants to write a story about an inspiring, you know, about a fighter. You know all these stories. You know, who do you got?" I'm like, "Lasso Lorenzana, bro. He crosses the border 6 days a week into Mexico." So now I'm like, let's shine some light on these guys, the underdogs, man. I'm like, so then pretty much like that's how I got Laz in there with Sony, and I designed an outfit. And then I also got credit as producer, director, and wardrobe stylist with Sony. So it's like now people are calling me from different industries, and boxing has opened up literally. Pacquiao, shout out to Sean Gibbons and Brandon Gibbons. They got me to work with Manny Pacquiao. So it's like everybody, Canelo Alvarez, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's funny because when I first met Canelo in 2012, when he was going to fight Mayweather, bro, he rejected the shit out of me. I tried to go up, say what's up to him, and he like walked right by me. And then years later, I get a call from this woman. Her name's Lisa Garcia. And she goes, "Hey, I want you to design some stuff for Ryan. I like your work." That's how I met Ryan. And then I'm like, you know what? I'm going to design some badass shit for him. So one day Canelo sees it, because that's when he was with Canelo. And if Canelo overcalls, I'm going to reject his ass. But the funny thing is, when he called me, I was more mature, so I was like, right there, I'll be right there, sir.
I was about to ask you that question. Bullshit if you said no.
I was like, I'll be right there, sir. You know
I'll be
what I
right
mean?
there. So how was it the second time when you met Canelo?
One of his right hand guys. He welcomes me in and he goes, "Hey, have you ever met Canelo?" Like, let me tell you about an experience I had with him in 2012.
Mm-hmm. And you told him.
Yeah, I told him about the experience. But during this time, like I was just printing shirts, so I wasn't really doing much. You know what I mean? So I get it. You know, I did make him a shirt and I was trying to give it to him. But then obviously it was cool that, you know, I got a chance to design his shorts after that.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, but after that, did you get to like hang out with him or at least?
Oh yeah. I saw him in Guadalajara. I got a chance to go to his gym in San Diego. I was able to go there, kick it, watch him. Mm-hmm. It was cool to like design with him. He's ordered a bunch of shorts, even for like wall hangers or for his sponsors. Like, okay. I got a chance to really like, and I've seen him spar.
I love how you're telling me all of this. Who's sewing this shit? Because you're busy.
Oh,
who is sewing these? Who's creating these?
In the beginning, me and Paul Dunn were sewing the outfits, but then we started getting busy, and I was like, bro, I'm burning myself out. I got to get out there as a salesman. So, and after that, I started learning about Walt Disney, Steve Jobs. I started working about Jeff Bezos. Like, I started learning about CEOs and Elon Musk, and it's like, I'm like, wait a minute, these guys, Elon Musk is not building the cars. Steve Jobs is not over there building the iPhones. I need to be out there shaking hands. You know what I mean? So I was like, I got to be out there. So then I've met a few people like out there, you know, obviously going out there and looking for seamstresses. And then like, obviously in the beginning they were messing up because they were new to the team. So it's like, but then like over time, like my seamstresses pretty much like all started to kind of.
Now, do you know how to sew?
Yeah. So the funny thing is, at that point I did. So now I just started my classes again for sewing. So now every Saturday I have courses that I'm taking for sewing again, for cutting, sewing, pattern making.
You are taking courses.
I'm taking courses.
You're learning again.
Yeah, I'm learning again. Yeah. So I got a teacher now, and I am planning on opening up a store in Las Vegas.
Do you think I'm putting on a fashion show eventually?
So my what I really want to do is, New York Fashion Week did contact me, which that's a huge honor to be in New York Fashion Week. Not only that, but a guy who's doing boxing outfits.
Yes.
They're like, yo, we want you in New York Fashion Week. You are killing it. You're working with so many celebrities. Like, I recently did a custom shirt for Luis Guzman from the show Wednesday. Yeah. So I recently was in New York. I was in the parade with this man. Yeah. I was at the Puerto Rican parade. People were like, I thought you were Mexican. I'm like, no, I just went to the wrong protest. No, so I was like, there, right? So then it was funny because, so now I'm getting opportunities with so many things. Like, I've worked with artists in Europe. I just got an order in Singapore. So it's like, I'm getting clients in like Paris. I'm getting clients in Italy. I'm getting like all over the world. It's the coolest thing ever.
Is there a family here? Is there a wife? Is there kids here? Because I see all of this, but is there a family? Is there a life behind this?
So that's the hard part about having like even my parents, like my brother said to me the other day, like, bro, I'd pay to like hang out with you. Like, you know, or I would take a day off, you know what I mean? So like them, they all want to spend time. My nieces who love me very much, like, and I pretty much raised them. They also are like, because during my overdose, like I was always home at my parents' house. So I was their babysitter. So they grew up with me. So pretty much it did get to a point where I started getting way too busy. And yeah, it's true. It's about sacrifice. The number one thing. So you are going to miss parents' anniversaries, brothers' birthdays, nieces' baptisms, confirmations, that kind of stuff. You're going to miss all those things.
And you're okay with that?
I'm not, but I've convinced myself, I shut all those things off to not think about it. Because if you think about it, you can't focus.
Oh, absolutely.
It breaks you.
Listen, my brother said something the other day. He said, you know, Kobe Bryant, Jordan, these people are the most selfish people. He says, Kobe Bryant, when he was with the Lakers, if you would have asked his family, how's Kobe as a father? Absent. He's never there, because to be amazing, to be the best, to be a GOAT, you can't have a family. You can't have anything but basketball.
And the thing is, that's why a lot of people walk out of your life. And that's why when I speak at schools now to at-risk youth, foster youth, I do a lot of volunteer work in schools now. And the funny thing is, I've come to the realization that with all these people in the industry, you're replaceable.
Absolutely.
I've learned that. I learned that I recently learned that like you are not, you think that all these people are your friends, but in reality, it's like, dude, it's like one time I heard, I won't tell you which celebrity said it, but he said it to somebody else where he said, like, you know, they're only good to us as long as we need them. Like, that's the only reason we're friends with them. So I even asked a business owner who's a friend of mine. I said, bro, let me ask you a question. If I didn't have this business, would me and you be friends? He goes, do you want me to be completely honest with you? He goes, no, we just benefit each other.
Transactional hospitality is what it's called.
So I guess that was the moment where I guess I was ignoring my whole family a lot, and I wasn't going to family parties and all this. And I was like, so you're telling me I'm putting them second for people that are saying that I'm replaceable? You know what I'm saying? So in my head, I'm like, so I thought these were real friendships I was building with these people. And it was kind of like an eye opener.
Oh, I would be grateful that they even told you.
I mean,
that the fact that they were honest with you, because some people will even lie to you and go, no, of course you're family.
Like this.
Of course.
So it's kind of like now, that's why I'm like, I got really big headed for a while because the people that I was hanging out with.
Yeah.
Because God gave me a kick in the ass, trust me. So then like I started getting big headed because I was like, yeah, I'm hanging out with this person. Now I'm in red carpets, Getty Images. I'm getting flown out like by Austin McBroom, Logan Paul to like here, there. Like I'm being flown out to places. I'm going to Mississippi, you know, WBC sending me to Mississippi as an ambassador to go speak to like the amateurs. Like,
I heard you won an award also.
I won an award. Yeah. Designer of the year. So it's like, I've gotten recognitions from the city of Los Angeles. I've gotten recognitions like in Fontana. I got a recognition in Fontana also. Yeah. I spoke at a high school here recently with my boy Adams Boxing. We did a project with them in El Rey. Mm-hmm. But it's like that.
What was that situation that you were finding yourself in when you finally realized that you were it was transactional hospitality where we're willing to put up with you as long as there's a profit here?
So I guess with me, what really bothered me was that I put them first, and I will bust my ass. I won't even charge them what I'm really supposed to charge them. I'll give these people like deals and stuff like that. And it's like, when it came to a point where I did get replaced once by somebody who I was working with, you know, I mean, I got replaced, and they literally called me and they said, hey, I'll say it. I was working with Canelo, right? And then they called me and they said, hey, you know, I just busted my ass for days and nights. You know what I'm saying? I missed family things to get these like designs to him on time. Hey bro, just letting you know, Dolce & Gabbana just walked in here and they're freaking offered. They want him to wear his stuff, their stuff. And in that moment, I was like, oh, no way. And I was stoked. I told my whole family, bro, we're watching the fights tonight, this, and that. And then they're like, yeah, man, he's not going to wear your stuff tonight anymore. And to be honest, he just got a contract with Dolce. So I was like, oh shit. All right. But to me, I was thankful that I got the opportunity. But then I was like, what the hell? Like, I just got replaced like that?
Yes.
Before you know it,
yes.
All these brands that gave no shits about the boxers, Dolce & Gabbana, Amiri, that William Travada guy, you know, who just worked with Benavidez, right?
Listen, you're getting phone calls now, bro. Dolce & Gabbana.
Yeah.
Now you can go to work for Dolce & Gabbana.
So funny thing is, all these fools now, all these brands, Amiri, Dolce, now all of them are coming into boxing.
And guess who's going to be one of the head designers at Dolce & Gabbana?
So the funny thing is, that's why. So the thing is this, right? These guys, now the fighters, they don't introduce you. It's like, wait a minute, why wouldn't you introduce a boxing designer to these guys and do a collaboration?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? No, they don't do that. They literally just, all right, man, I'm going to have a Amiri design for me now. I'm going to have this brand design for me now. So then now I get pushed to the side because these big brands are coming in.
Wait, what the?
Yep.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, I get
no, bro.
Yeah, you would think that they
So you were there designing for them from the day one, and now they want to step back because now these big brands that decided we want to get into the boxing game, their designers are coming in, you know, and this is what I'm telling you. This is what I'm telling you. Kanye did it. Go to one of these Dolce & Gabbana.
Yeah.
Take your portfolio and go, we're not fighting. Let me in. Go in there, infiltrate, because you need to know how this game is played.
I've been trying to tell them, hey, connect me with these guys. Like,
no, don't wait. You go. You go as bold as you are with these fighters.
And the funny thing is, Ryan Garcia even said it the other day. He goes, this is the most underrated designer. I said, but you know what the problem is, Ryan? You guys are all working with these big top fashion brands. You guys don't drop my name at all. I said, that's why I'm still here. Like, but I'm like, it's okay though, because I'm still on my journey. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm like, and then that's why I just recently bought my last name, ZINZUN, ZINZUN.
Mhm.
Dolce, all these brands, they're all family names. So I was like, I am going to go to New York Fashion Week. I am going to do a fashion show. I am going to come in and say, okay, this is who I am. So now they're going to be like, yo, so fashion designer Javier ZINZUN Jr. is the owner of I Got My Own Bag. This is the guy that's been doing it for all these people. But here's the funny thing. A lot of these guys are quick to shout out these brands, but they don't shout you out.
Yeah.
You see what I mean?
Yeah.
That's kind of one other thing that's kind of like a pet peeve sometimes. You know what I'm saying? So it's got its ups and downs in the industry. Some people, because, and you know what I heard? This is one of the funny things that I heard once, right? And I think this is stupid, by the way. A lot of celebrities do think, well, I paid for it, so I don't really feel like it's necessary to mention you, since I paid for it. Oh, okay. Since I paid for it. And I have designed things for some very powerful people, which I have to sign an NDA that says I cannot say that I designed it.
Listen, can I tell you something? Just create a contract for yourself that says, listen, I will design for you, but it goes under these conditions.
So that's what I'm saying. Like now, I'm kind of starting to do things a little different now. I'm moving different.
Yeah.
Like I'm moving very different now because every industry has its ugly side. Every industry has its side that's like, what the hell? Why am I not getting credit for my work?
Yeah.
And it's like, if you post about it, oh, now you're just, you're bragging, or now you're just thirsty or something like that. It's like, bro, come on. Like, you guys brag about the other celebrities you hang out with, other celebrities you get to hang out with, but yet the underdogs, when we want to say, hey, I got to do a video for this guy, or I got to do shoes for this guy, or I got to do a freaking hat. If we talk about it, now it's like one of my boys, right? He did a video. And because he posted it, they didn't want to work with him anymore. And it's like, what the hell? It's like, really? Well, it's because, what I'm saying, we feel like you guys are using us. And I'm like, bro, this is the stupid. And then you know what the best part is? Latinos are the worst too. Because they're the ones that are up there like, hey, we do it for the raza, way, raza. Yeah. Hey, bro, can you throw a guy a bone? Nah, it's all good, man. It's all good. It's like they gatekeep. They close doors on you. So why do I bring up a lot of people. I open doors for a lot of people. Right now, how many names did I just mention?
Yeah.
Because I'm like, bro, that's bullshit. I'm not going to sit here and like not mention the people that are doing things for me or doing things with me. Like, we got to go out there and say who they are.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because that's the problem with the industry is they want to keep everybody a secret.
You can't control their actions, man. And that's
what I'm trying to change the game.
No, you can't. You change you. And listen, I know what you're talking about. If there's somebody, and I can vouch for this, just today, I emailed Angela Johnson, happy birthday, because today's her birthday.
Yeah.
And I said, I still remember the butterfly with the DVD.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you don't know who Angela Johnson is. This young lady was a Raiderette, and when I met her, she was like 19, 20, and I booked her on a show called Comedy Time. And that blew her career. She was the first 1 million viewed video on YouTube. She's now touring the country. She makes millions of dollars. She's never even said my name. I said, that was your pivoting moment. That was the moment that changed your life. Yeah. If I wouldn't have never booked you, if I've never gave you a chance, that would have never happened. But I've never been acknowledged for it. But if you ask her now, she'll probably go, oh, that's right. That's the video that went to a million. Yes, do you think so? The one that went to 1 million for the first time in history? But I have 1 million of those, and it's been eating me up inside.
Yeah.
And what I learned with emotional intelligence is to learn to let it go, man, to forgive everybody and go.
Pretty much.
I can't hold onto that and let it go.
That's why I want to give a big shout out to Veronica and Wendy, because they've been inviting me to so many events lately. Like honestly, like I'm supposed to like hang out with them this week because I'm supposed to. They want to help.
Wendy, the publicist.
Yeah.
Oh, tell her I said hello. Curly hair.
Yeah, curly hair. Her and Veronica, man, like. Yeah. They literally just they invited me to a movie screening with James Franco. Yeah. Boom, they put me with James Franco. They invited me to a screening of Wednesday. Yeah. Bro, freaking picture of me, Jenna Ortega, and Luis Guzman. Like, that's love right there. And they've never asked me for anything.
That's awesome.
You see what I'm saying?
She's great.
So now, like, that's the next conversation I'm going to have with them, because, like, yo, people need to know who you are, man. Yeah. You're doing way too much big shit for not to be getting any PR on it. Like, you're doing a lot of big things. you literally have all these people's numbers on speed dial, or like, you know what I'm saying? Like, how is it that people don't know like what you're doing? And that's why in my head, I'm like, you know what? I think there came a point where I was salty about it for a very long time. But now I'm like, man, if they want to shout me out, good. If they don't, whatever. As long as I get paid.
I'd say have fun with it.
That's what I'm saying.
Just have fun with it. And I'm glad that you focused on something that you love, like boxing and MMA.
And fashion.
And fashion. But you focused on catering to that market.
Yeah.
And we see it, man. I've been through all your stuff, and I was like, man, the reason he gets it is because he loves it.
Yeah, I love this
stuff. He loves the sport. So I don't care what designer, what big brand you're from. If you don't love the sport, you're never really gonna.
And that's the difference. Niche. And that's what Ryan even said. Ryan even said one day, he goes, "I'm gonna be real with you, JR. Some of the biggest fashion designers have designed for me, and you are the best." And that's why, like, I've gotten some pretty nice messages from, like, Michael Bay quoting saying, he goes, "You are a designer genius," and I have that text. Fluffy, Gabriel Iglesias, even like he writes me some of the coolest stuff. Like, bro, I'm your biggest fan. Like, so these guys, they've, you know, they're around this world. They're around this industry.
Did you do his Dodger Stadium one?
Yeah, that was mine.
That was the Dodger Stadium.
No, that's the one from this last one. Which one is it?
The one in Miami?
No, the one in Miami is mine.
Okay.
SoFi's mine.
SoFi.
Yeah, the one when he got the star.
Yeah,
Hollywood. I did that one too.
You did that one too.
Bro,
that's the material you're talking about, the lightweight that you can print on.
So his is like a whole different material. So I'm a guy who experiments with fabrics that nobody's ever experimented with because they're meant for other things. So like everything that you're seeing now, like they're like, "Oh, Jake Paul wears a light up robe." I'm like, I did that in 2017.
Yeah.
Oh, this person doing this. This guy's wearing like denim shorts. I'm like, I did that in 2018.
Yeah.
Everything that they're showing now, because they didn't know who I was, they're now thinking it's like new to the game. It's like, bro, I already did that. And it's funny because people that know now are like, JR did that. And they'll even comment, I got my own back, did that in 2000. I met a guy who was like, bro, you did that one in 2019 with blah, 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 blah. There's some people that even study my stuff. Literally now, there are people that are writing me from like Korea and they're like, I want to do what you do as a career. Like, this is something that's not even in school that's taught.
You created an entire brand.
And on Google, I am the world's #1 boxing designer. I created something that's like never been done before.
Well, there you go.
So that's kind of cool that after my overdose, everything that I wrote on my vision board, I've done.
That's great.
Working on movies, shows, biggest stages, I've already done it.
What's next for you then? Now, what do you want to jump into next?
Dr. Lawrence Rifkin, big shout out. He's from Beverly Hills. He does everybody's teeth. I'm talking Ozzy Osbourne when he was alive. I'm talking Keanu Reeves, everybody. He calls me, goes, JR, let's design a line of scrubs together.
Of screw-ups?
Scrubs.
Oh, scrubs.
Like what they wear in the medical field. He's like, let's bring fashion into it. There was a guy in Dubai, JR, can you redesign the chef jacket, the chef turnout? Bro, I redesigned the chef jacket. So it's like,
that's awesome.
So I've done so many different things that like, where's all the PR for this? And that's why Wendy and Veronica are going to be helping me now with like getting my name out there more. Like, bro, this guy is working in Dubai. He changed the chef jacket design. You know what I'm saying?
Somebody wanted, let's say, you know, it's fluffy, but let's say I wanted you to design my tour jacket. I tell you, what would that look like? If I wanted you to design, my theme is this Mexican American, North and South. I'm trapped in both worlds. How much would you charge me? Because I want a light leather jacket. Do you pick the jacket?
So pretty much that we would like, let's just say what you're wearing right now, right?
Yeah.
I would say, do you want something like that that's got a relaxed fit? Yes. Are you going to wear it open? Are you going to wear it closed? Open. Are you going to be sitting in it? Are you going to be standing in it? So do you want like, if you want like premium materials like leathers and stuff, then obviously they'll start like at a few thousand. But if you want something like nice, clean, I would probably start like at $1,000.
At $1,000?
Yeah.
Okay. And that would include the design?
That would include the design and the work. But the thing is, like, it's because now you're wearing like a heavier piece. You know what I mean? These fighters, the stuff they wear, it's custom, but it's like for what they're using it for, right? But obviously, if you want like a shirt, like a button up or something like that, they start at like $600.
Oh, okay. So yeah, no, I'm talking about something that I can wear light on stage that I can always
something like that. It'll probably start like at $1,000, especially if you want leather, because leather, obviously, you're buying it by the cow, so you buy a whole cow.
Okay.
You buy all kind. Cow hides are like probably they start like a couple $100. Okay. So it's like obviously you need to make something. You know what I mean? Yeah. So obviously that, and then some guys. I think one of the most expensive designs I sold was for Ric Flair for $15,000.
Ooh, what did he want?
So the casino pretty much hired me to design for him. So I designed a freaking Yamaha inspired Ric Flair robe. Yeah.
Oh shit, that's right, the Ric Flair.
Yeah. So so it's like literally it just depends what you want. Because obviously you could do for one price, you could do another price. Yeah.
Perfect. Now that being said, now I have a design. I told my brother we usually give our guests shirts.
Oh, nice.
But dude, we're giving a designer a shirt.
No, I wasn't for the gym.
All right. Fuck it. Okay. But I want to put a little challenge. I want to put you on the spot, bro. This is one of our sponsors, but I don't like their hats. If you're a designer, I want to put you on the spot. I'm gonna give you this hat.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I don't like it. What would you do to make this hat better? If I was public cannabis, I could here. What would you do to make this better? First of all,
obviously one of the most basic things is it's a nice hat because it's got the mesh in the back, so it's breathable, right?
Okay.
So the thing is, they tried using two colors that kind of blend into each other. Yes, it's a nice contrast because you got the tan on the yellow. I would have probably darkened up this, especially if it's for marketing. You want to go ahead and make this part stand out instead of blend in. So I would have probably put it on a black hat. Or probably a navy, just so this stands out a lot more.
Oh, okay.
So this is like as opposed to look at same thing, yellow on black.
You're right.
See what I mean? So if it's gonna be for marketing and if it's gonna be to try to get the name brand out there at a distance, it kind of almost blends into it. You see
You're
what
right.
I mean? See what I'm saying? As opposed to something like this, where at a distance it stands out.
Public.
Yeah. So
yeah.
Pretty much, I would if you're trying to get the brand out there. If this is gonna be a part of a capsule drop, then yeah, obviously it's something different. This would be one of those like special edition ones on the side.
Okay.
Because it's got two completely opposite colors that you just would not blend together. This would make it like a unique, like one-off piece. Maybe there's only 5 of these in the drop.
Just so you know what it looks like.
Yeah, but you would put the other ones that are like more like this color as like as a website, but this would be like a special edition one on the side.
I saw you have glasses with spikes and stuff like that. Is that something you would add to the hat?
Honestly, I would probably add like a spike here and a spike there.
Yeah,
because I'm a metalhead, so I like my stuff to look a little more grunge. So I'd probably add like some spikes here, like on the top, on the front.
Yeah. All right, cool. Well, there you go. No, this is all you, by the way. So
thank you.
This is all you. I don't know what size you're up, but we'll check it later. But
double X.
But man, thank you very much. You don't understand what you're doing right now. What we're doing with this podcast is showcasing you. Showcasing your skin.
Thank you.
Showcasing their background because it's Michoacán. That's the things I was right.
Yeah, Michoacán.
So I'm your first generation Latino here in the U.S. and we're talking about fashion. Do you understand? And we talked about feelings and we talked about what it feels like to almost feel betrayed because you do so much for so many people and they wave this fake flag that Latinos, but they really don't help each other.
They don't.
I want you to know that you're not alone, man. As a comedian that's been here for 24 years too, I know what that feels like. I know what that, and you're not alone, but I want you to know that it doesn't go unnoticed because I notice. And when my brother introduced me to you and he was like, "Hey, check this guy out," I was like, I already know who this guy is. Yeah. I had already known you. I've been watching your stuff.
Oh, nice, thank you.
This whole time, so I was like, yes, let's bring this guy in. And the fact that I get to meet you now, you're a great guy, very smart, very knowledgeable. You have a clear understanding of where this is going. I'm a big fan now.
Oh, thank you.
I'm a big fan, and more of what I read on your site, what your name really means. So I think you're right. We should hold each other accountable, and I'm looking forward to your designs, man.
Thank you. I'm really trying to change the game. Like, I'll leave it with that because the thing is, like, I feel like we're being put in a category as cartels, cholos, that for like the industry, and it's like I don't know why we like to parade that. Like we like to show ourselves like that. It's like, nah, man. Like I want to show them like that a guy from whose parents came here from Michoacán, Mexico, can be up there at a luxury store next to all these. But what happens? Like, no, I'm not throwing shade on like William Chavada, whatever his name is, but it's like you're bringing the Ben Davis like solo cholo look into the fashion world. You know what I'm saying? It's like you're still making them look at us the same way.
Yes.
I'm over that shit.
Yeah.
No, I want them to look at us as like businessmen.
As designers.
Designers. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, that's not the Mexican look.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, look at the way you're dressed.
You
know what I'm saying? You got the patches, you got everything. You know what I mean? So it's like, it looks nice.
Thank you. But nothing to do with what my dad would wear.
Exactly.
Nothing to do with my
because this is the new age.
Exactly.
And that's why I'm like, bro, I'm trying to change that. I'm like, they're like, oh, because they did ask me, Fashion Week, are you going to bring the Chicano? I'm like, no. I'm like, I'm a guy whose parents are from Mexico. My last name is my name is Javier ZINZUN Jr., but I'm going to show them I could design stuff that could also be worn in Paris, France. That could be worn in like, around the world in the high fashion industry. I could be one of those brands.
And my hopes for you is that one day when I see these kids spending thousands and thousands of dollars just like they do in Louis Vuitton, to go, that guy was at my house. We did a podcast.
Yeah,
I can't believe this guy did it.
And I will. I'll get there. I know.
I'll be so proud of you, bro. And I'll be so proud of you, man. So congratulations.
My brother.
Thank you very much, man. And you know what? I wish you all the best, man.
Thank you, brother.
All right, guys. There you have it.